All right, again, welcome to update. Wow, I love this gold chest effect. So we are going to look how to create something like this in gold effect on a texture like this in gold don't crack. All right, let's get straight to business. Meanwhile, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do, so that you can get more notifications each time a new post comes up. Okay, first we go to our Photoshop and just center a new page, the width 3, the height 3 inches, the resolution 300, color mode RGB, and the background content. Okay, we leave it at white. We create. Okay, so here it is. Now I'm gonna check this. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in our backgrounds. Okay, this is what we are going to be using. And drag it into a Photoshop. I'll check it. Okay, so this is our background, and quickly let me turn this to let me rasterize the layer. Alright, I've done that. And from here I'll just add a curve to it. I'll add some curve to it to darken it a little. Okay, should I alright, let me leave it like this, and I'll add the level. Let me add some levels to it. You can just play around this. I play around this. If I feel between spare. Should one pick out too dark. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. Then we'll bring our crack effect, our wall crack background. I've cracked wall background. Yes, this is it. So you expand and you adjust to fit in. Okay. Okay, this is okay. I'll check it. And what will we do? Okay, let me quickly also rasterize the layer. So I'll change the blend mode of this. I'll change the blend number of this. Meanwhile, I'll bring it down under the curve and the level layer we created. So I'll bring it down. Okay, it is good. And I'll change the blend mode. What should we use? Wow, I'd like soft light overlay. Okay, I think let's go with overlay. I'll go with overlay. Okay. I think let's quickly adjust this curve a little bit. Let's adjust the curve a little bit. See. Okay. Okay, then to the level. Just want to play around with it. In there with it too. Okay. Alright, so this is it. Done. What should we do? What should we do? Okay. So let's get our test. Go. Okay, this is the test. Tell me, Roman, this is good. Okay. Oh. Alright, so I'm going to change the fonts. This time, New Roman. So I'm going to change the fonts to, what is that called? Is this Cinzel or Cinzel? Okay, whichever. I think the fonts used will be listed in the comment section. So you will check the comment section to think for font use. Okay, so I'll change the fonts. I'm using fonts and boards. Okay, go with this. Go with this. Okay, I'll go with this. Board. What? I think this is okay. Then I'll go to the text layer over here and double click it. Okay. Alright, so first we go to bevel and emboss. Bevel and emboss. Another bevel and emboss. We want to leave the style. We want to leave the style as okay, inner bevel. Okay, inner bevel is alright. Then the techniques, chisel art. So you can just copy these properties as it is. Then the depth, you want to leave the depth to 95. You can play around it, whichever depth 95. Then in some cases you may want to take the direction up, but I prefer using downward direction. Then the size 250. So you can decide to adjust it as you wish. So I'm leaving it at 250. The soften 3 is okay. Then under the shading, I leave the angle 80. The use global lights on check. The altitude 35 is okay. So we just leave the settings as it is like this. Light mode, we leave it at linear dodge. The shadow mode, we leave it at linear burn as well. The opacity we set as 61. For the highlight, we set the opacity 100, and for the shadow mode 61. So we'll just leave the setting as it is like this. Then the next thing we do is you go to your contour. Okay. Now in your contour, okay, let me quickly take you through this. In your contour, in the element, you could see that there's already an existing element here which I've already set. So what this is what you do. Now in case you want to set it in yours, so I just click the element. Okay, now it is, and this is the curve. So what I do now, look at where the cursor is. You just click there, and when you click there, you go to the input, make the input 37, the output 100. So depending on what you want, you can make it to be anyone. So but I'm leaving it at 37, the output 100. Then you come to this other part, the downward movement. Here my cursor is, you can see it. You click it, make your input 75, and leave your output at 0. If you've done the setting, so you click OK. Then under the range, I'm using 80. You can use any value you want to use, depending. Please note that these values are depending on your font, so the kind of font you use. Okay, so you can just play around with it to ensure that it's giving you what you're actually looking for. Okay, so now we are done with the contour. The next thing we go over to gradients. overlay. Okay, gradient overlay. Yeah, okay, the color is already coming out because it has been set. Now under gradient overlay, we leave the blend mode as normal. The opacity will come to that. Then let's go to the gradient color. We should see now. Okay, now the gradient color, this is what you do. These are the code for the color. At the down left, okay, the down left, you just want to put the color code, which is AF8400. Yes, at the down left, AF8400. Then at the down right, the color code is EOB670. You can make a little adjustment on this as it pleases you. You can make adjustment on this color codes as it pleases you. Okay, so if you've done that, you click OK. Then the style, we leave the style at linear. A little bit is okay with linear. Then the angle 90 degree, the scale 100 degrees. So I think the settings are okay as it is. So furthermore, we want to add inner glow to it. So we just go to our inner glow, and yeah, we check it. So you turn the blend mode to linear bond. The opacity, mine is 8 over here. You can decide to play around it. So I think let me also leave it at 8 or anyone 9, 10 as the case will be. We just play around it like you could now. Okay, check the test. You can see that while I increase the opacity, you see the changes that is being made on it. So this is how you check the opacity to ensure that it is giving you what you want. Okay, the noise, we just leave it at 0, and the color we leave it at black. Reduce the black for the color. Now all over to the techniques, ensure it is set as softer, not precise, softer. Okay, then the source, you check edge and the choke. I think we are using 10%. You can still play around that as you wish. So each of the changes, whatever you do, you could see that it has some ways reflecting on your chest. Okay, so let's leave the shoe cut. Let me see. Okay, this is good. 18 is okay with me. Then the size, just also play around it to see it. So I'll just leave the size at 12 pixel. I'll put the size at 12 pixel. Okay, I think every other thing should remain the same. Afterward, we go to your satin. Yeah, satin. So here we are, satin. The blend mode, linear bond. You leave the blend mode at linear bond with the color black. The opacity, you can as well adjust it. Okay, we are going to use at 18% for our opacity. 18%. The angle 90 degree. Then the distance 17. The size, so leave it at same 30%. Okay, so while you done all this, ensure that your invert column is checked. Where you have your invert, so ensure it is checked. Okay, now we're done with the satin. So we'll now go to the outer glow. Now the blend mode, just set it also at linear bond. Opacity, I'm going to be leaving it at 10. Let's see. Okay, play around it, that, or 12. Okay, let me leave it at 12. Then the next is 0. Then the color, the color is not actually black. So it's a kind of a dark color, but it's not actually black. So follow me closely. This is the color code. I'm dropping it now, which is 201200. That is the color code, 201200. That's the color code. So when you're done, you click OK. It gives you a brownish kind of color. Then the techniques, soft is okay. Then spread, we leave the spread at 0. Then the size, we leave it at 20, or in case maybe you may want to, okay. Play around it, 20. Okay. Alright. Okay, put that thing, we leave like this, and let's add some drop shadow. Okay, drop shadow. Blend mode, we are turning it to linear bond. The color black. Opacity, you can play around it depending. I put it 15, okay. Let me use 13 and leave it at 13. Then the angle, you can set the angle. I think, okay, let's use a negative, because you can set it at negative -90. If you are not okay with it, you can use -80. Okay, let me add to it -85, 86, whichever that you see is actually sitting well with your test. You just leave it right there. Then the distance, I'm going to be leaving it at 5 pixels, and the spread 0. Then the size, I'm leaving it at 1 pixel. Okay, every other thing remains the same. So if you've done this, you just kindly hit enter. Wow, our body fit, our good test effect has already popped up. Wow. Okay, so let's proceed, because I still have some stuff to deal with. Okay, this is the good test effect. Now we now want to duplicate this good test effect. To duplicate it, you just click the test effect, or you use your Control J and use your Control J. Okay. Yeah. Okay, you Control J, so we've duplicated it. Now you just do it down. You highlight it. Okay, so let's change the text. So dots, the dots. Okay. That. The dot clock. Okay, alright. So Control C to bring out the node, so you can adjust and you can resize. Okay, we will add dot clock. Okay, just adjust and resize as desired. Okay, when you're done, you check it. Good, don't clock. Alright, I think I'll go with this. Okay, so there's still something that we are going to be doing. This is it. Now, if you look at this very one over here, you see that there's something like a whitish stuff and in the background that's projected the good out. So let's add that to it now. I'll just tell you quickly how to do that. So you go to the very first background and you select it. The very first background, you select it. Okay, now that you selected it, then you go to your brush tool. your brush tool. Okay, you just select it. You select your brush tool down. Okay, you ensure that the foreground color is set at white. The foreground color set at white, then the background color leave it at black. Okay, so your properties, so the size depending on the size that fits in. So I leave 9600. Okay, I'll tell you how to adjust it with the short key. So the mode normal, opacity 64, the flow 100. So depending, you can make your opacity higher or lower. So you want to adjust it. You want to adjust the size of the pointer. So you just go to your keyboard and look for this bracket like this. I think okay, it's on the screen. Look for that bracket stuff, and you just use it to either increase it or decrease it. You understand? So I'm just going to press it. You just press it until it gives you what you want. Okay. This is okay. This is okay. So when you've done that, now you just need to click gently to punch in that white effect on it. Okay, here we are. All right. So be careful so that you don't retain these things as it is. All right, I think this is enough. So let's proceed to that. I'll go to my test again. I'll put the quotes. Dotted comma. Okay. Dots. You don't crack on the playbill. Don't crack on the playbill. Okay. So I will just change the font. I'll change the font because I like it best. I like something that actually let quoting stuff. So I'll change the font to Times New Roman. To Times New Roman. Okay. Times New Roman. So I just make it an italic bold. Alright. Okay. Then I get Ctrl T to bring out the notes so I can adjust properly. Okay. Alright, let me quickly add the one of the inverted comma right here. Don't crack under pressure. Okay. Alright, don't crack under pressure. So this is it. So this is it. Okay. So you may as well hash and down. Okay. So I just shift T, take it up. Alright. Okay, so you may also want to use it Ctrl T. You may also want to, to just make it fit whatever the size you've taken. As I don't click on that project, I'm leaving the color of the text as black. Now looking at it, it's not popping out that more. So what we do, we go through the same process. We use inputting in creating that light center for the gold dot crack. So we go through that same process, which is you go to the background, you select the background, pick up your brush tool. Okay, so this time we just reduce it and just reduce it a little. Okay, think it's okay. Then you just kindly punch it on it. It's gonna bring it out. Okay. Oh. or test. Okay, I think this okay. So yeah, here we are. When you've done this, I think everything looks perfect. So it's not left for you to either reduce your text or make it bold. As some clients would always tell you, make it bold. So that depends on you and the client. So this is it. Good don't crack. Good text effect. How to create good text effect. So with this technique, you can create good text effect on any layer.